Yes, we are live. So, welcome back to our Tuesday Step Up session. Welcome to anyone who is new to the sessions. Today's, well, firstly, let's get on the icebreaker, yeah, for those new people as well. So, if you could be any movie character, who would you be and why? And I've got a few little ideas there to help you. Put those answers in the chat box. And Chris, could I pass you the magic pen? And could you write the answers around?
Of course you can, Jake. Of course you can, mate.
Yes, we love it. Intrigued to see some of the answers here. Might even put some of the boys at the foundation on the spot as well and see who they'd be.
We've got Harry Potter, Jake, from Mason, because I can have plot armor, which I love.
Yes.
We've got Hermione Granger. We've got Flash, because I like to be super fast, from Nia.
Love this. And who would you be? Putting you on the spot.
Me, Jacob.
Yeah, who would you? If you could be any character, who would you be?
I'd be Luke Skywalker.
Oh, what a shout that is! What a shout! I think I'd be Captain America. Me, we know me. I love the Marvel stuff. Steve, who would you be?
I think I'll just go Superman today.
Oh,
but I'd quite like being persuaded by Mikey there to think about Spiderman, no flying around all the traffic when we go back all the traffic jams.
Yeah, any more coming in? Any more answers?
Yeah, we've got Harry Potter, because the actor's name is Daniel, and so is mine, from Daniel. Captain Marvel, from Izzy, because I love Marvel. Brilliant, like Jake.
Wolverine's a great shout.
Yeah. Love all these characters. They're all good. Any more?
I think for me, Jake, I'd be Indiana Jones, because I like to discover new places.
Yeah, I like that.
I was thinking that, Jake.
Yeah, nice that. Right. Any more answers before we move on?
We've got Draco Malfoy, because he has cool hair, from Max. That's a fair point, Max. His hair is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, look at that.
I got a smile from the audience, that one.
Yeah.
Sam says, we've got Iron Man, Jake, sorry, from Mikey. Oh, from Sam, sorry, that's great, Mikey. Good to hear you're both superheroes as brothers. You and Sam together.
Right. Let's roll on. Let's keep going. So, just to recap our weekly step up challenge. So, session 4 was resilience. And we said to keep your resilience, it was all about write down 5 things you were grateful for. Now, if you did that, amazing. That's really good. You've really helped yourself with resilience. If not, you've still got time, because this weekly challenge will be here every week. I'll go more into the one from today at the end of this session. So today we are looking at motivation. More specifically, we're going to define what it is, but you're going to tell us what it means. You're going to tell us positive and negative strategies that help keep motivation, or it's something that might drop motivation. And then you're going to develop strategies that you can use to help you stay motivated during lockdown. So the big question to all the children here, what is motivation? Answers in the chat box, please. Let's see if we can get an answer from everyone. Chris, the magic pen is yours again.
Thanks, Jake. We've got from Harry, quick fire, Harry. Good stuff, mate. Being inspired.
Nice. 10 while we're typing.
From Izzy, it is where you can keep on going.
Oh, good. I like this. Some good answers.
Oh, we've got a good one coming from Mikey, being boosted in mental health. Great suggestion, Mikey. That's very
especially during this as well. That's an important one, and something we will touch upon a bit later as well.
Being ready, like being encouraged to do something.
Yeah, love this. I reckon these children should be teaching us quality.
Like keeping yourself going even if you're tired or fed up. Brilliant answer, that one.
Nice. Any more before I reveal our answers?
Mason's just flying through. When you can do stuff. Haley P, I drive to achieve something. Brilliant. And Lily, being told to do something and not giving up.
What really good answers they are. So here's some that we've put. I think yours are a lot better though. So it's setting ourselves a target. That helps us stay motivated. When someone aims to complete a personal self-improvement challenge, so it might be something you want to improve, feeling focused and committed, and the driving force to help us achieve a goal. Mixed in with all your answers, that is what motivation is. It's your want to do something. Yeah, the driving force for you to achieve something you want. So here we go. Exercise is a great way of maintaining motivation and making motivation high. It's something that I've used during this lockdown that's kept me going. So what we're going to do, those who wanted to be superheroes in the movies, we are going to have a little Marvel exercise circuit session. So each exercise will come up on the screen. Yeah. Perform each exercise for 30 seconds. I will have the timer, so I'll tell you when to stop. Yeah. And then what I want you to do, this is important. I want you to keep count of how many of each exercise you'll do. So there's 4 different exercises. I want you to count how many you do of each one. And us at the foundation, we're going to be having a go as well. Yeah, so we're going to be counting our scores and seeing. So the first one is Spiderman Starjumps. So if I just set up my stopwatch for us all, right? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We all know what Starjumps are by now, right? But I'm going to show you anyway. So Starjumps, I want you to make sure they're nice and wide. And before you do it, make sure you've got enough space to do so. Yeah, I don't want to be shouted at if you knock something over in your house. Yeah, so I don't want to get shouted at by your parents. So make sure you got plenty of space. And Starjumps, all you're doing is just that. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you when to go. So don't go yet. Remember, you've got to count how many you do. And then once you've done it, type how many you did in the chat box. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. So as fast as you can.
Go. I'll do half and half while I'm typing. We're going to Izzy. Get ready, Iz. We're going to Scarlett.
Nice, keep going. Yes,
Get ready,
really
Max.
Good. 10 more seconds. And stop. Relax. And
Right
type
then.
how many you put in the chat box about Spiderman Starjumps.
Right then,
I got
people.
48.
We've got 66 from Daniel, 40 from Joshua, 94 from Izzy. Unbelievable.
Nice.
53 from LL. I love that.
Some quality Spiderman Starjumps there. Loving it. Have a few deep breaths while we're doing it. Give it a few more seconds and then we're getting ready for the next exercise. So,
Great scores, Jake. Some really great starting targets that we've been able to achieve, everyone.
nice. Right, so we've done the Spiderman Starjumps. What are we doing next? Hulk, high knees, because Hulk, he sort of like stomps, doesn't he?
Do it in a
He's quite
different
big.
way. I'm doing this.
So, your Hulk high knees, just count how many high knees you do. Yes, so you've got to get those knees really high. And if you want to do a mean face like the Hulk as well, you do it. That's fine. Yeah, so 3, 2, 1, go. So really high knees.
Go on, Mason.
Yeah, keep it
Go on,
high. Keep it
Keelan.
high. Yes.
We're going live to Mikey B.
Ooh, yes, Mike. Love it.
Go on,
Keep
Tag.
it high.
Right, how you're using the fists as well, guys, to represent the Hulk there. Well done.
Go on, Scarlett.
Keep going. 10 more seconds left. Keep going. Count how many high knees you got.
Brilliant.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Type your answers in the chat box.
Brilliant.
Nice.
I want a different room, Joseph.
Some mean looking Hulks there as well, by the way. Some mean looking Hulks.
200 from Daniel, 84 from Harry, 60 from Joshua, 50 from Mason, 56 from Double L. I love that. 96 from Nia, 99 from Max. Superb effort, guys.
Nice. Nice.
Oh,
I'm
that's
still
okay.
catching my breath. I think you've got a lot more energy than me. Right, here we go. Next one. Right? If it works. Supergirl squat jumps. So, what we're doing for that, he's going to go low, and then you're just going to jump. The Supergirl can fly. You're going to jump as high as you can each time. Count how many of them you do. Yeah? So, a few deep breaths. We'll just give it, because it's tough, this one. Right. Stopwatch is 3, 2, 1, go. So as high as you can. Keep going. 6, 7, 8, 10 seconds, go. Lowering how high we're going. Yes.
Nearly touching the ceiling here.
Yes.
Everybody,
Keep going, keep going.
keep it going. I can't see her. She's going that
I know
fast.
she's going
And
that.
stop.
Brilliant.
Put your score in the chat box. I got 30 that time. Woo! That was a tough one. So
She's
good
still
super
going. She's
heroes
still
down
going.
here.
45 from Charles, 37 from Scarlett, 58 Josh, 97 Izzy. I'm not surprised, Izzy, you were going so fast I couldn't see you. 22 from, from Kira, yeah, 65 from Kira, 58 from Harvey. Some really good scores there, guys. 87 from Hayley P.
Nice. Right. Next one. The fourth one. Iron Man lunges. So as you can see, he's doing a lunge there. Yeah. So I want you to count how many you do. So lunges, you're just going to take a step forward and go down.
It's all
back
to
up.
go.
Down, back up like that. Oh, count how many you do. Right? So get ready. Everyone give me your best Iron Man pose or your best superhero pose. Come on. Let's see those superhero poses. 3, 2, 1, go. So how many you do? So remember lunging, down. Whoa. I don't know how you've got so much energy. Keep going. Yes, love that. Love that, Joshua. There, good.
Good change, Josh.
Great
10
use of
seconds
balance
left.
as well, everybody.
Well done,
10
Dan.
seconds left. Yes.
I've got the
Look at
mask
that,
on,
Daniel.
Jake. I
You've
love
got
it
the
from
mask on.
Daniel. I've got the mask on.
We have got the Iron Man there and stop.
Well done.
Push your scores in the chat box. Big commitment with the Iron Man helmet there. I've got to say it.
Using your initiative, that's about.
And now have a few deep breaths.
200 and
Scratch
something
together,
from
don't know about
Mikey, 99 from Hayley, 55 from Kira, 31 Josh, 110 from Lily, 100. I can't believe we're getting in the hundreds, guys. That's
I know.
amazing. 101 Izzy.
Right. While we're getting our deep breaths, some really good scores there. So, I told you to count your scores. A good way of staying motivated is setting goals and targets, yeah? So your first score that you got, in those then, we're going to go round again and you're going to try and beat it, yeah? You're going to use your goals and your previous target of what you got. You're going to try and beat it and get more this next go, yeah? So everyone, before we start, let's catch our breath. Let's do maybe 3 deep breaths so we're ready. 3 deep breaths, just like that. Right, here we go. So let's go back. So back to the Spiderman Starjumps, yeah? You've got to beat your last score. This time, if you want to do the little Spider-Man hands like that, you do it. This is the Spider-Man Starjumps. So here we go. The stopwatch. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, look at that. Yes, Lily, we're loving it. Good. Scarlett there, she's going quick. Good. Faster, faster. See how many you can get. Let's go, let's go. Love that. Love that, Mason, love it. Yes. Oh. We're doing good. So, post your score in the chat box. If you beat it, well done. Really good. Doesn't matter if not. You can maybe have another go after this session.
87 Charles, 105 Max, 104 Kira, 110 Izzy, 31 Mason, 57 and beat my old score from Nia. Great observation, Nia. That's what we're aiming for. 65 from Double L.
Nice. Nice. Right. So this one, let me just double check what it was.
Just to say, mate, we've got 66 first round from Daniel, 70 seconds. So it's great to see how motivated you are to beat your old score. So well done.
Love that. Well done. Really good. Right. Hook high knees again. Yeah. So stop sharing. Hook high knees. Remember, you count one for every high knee. And we're doing it as quick as you can. Right, everyone's standing up. Give me your best little hook poses. He's angry. He's mean. Let's see that and use that and be fast as you can. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Come on, let's
High
go.
knees. Really high. Really high. Oh, get those arms.
Well done.
10 seconds gone. Keep going.
Kira, brilliant. Well done,
Halfway
Leah.
there. Oh,
Well done, Lily.
10 seconds left. Fast as you can now. Fast as you can.
Josh, why don't knee yourself at the
5,
chin?
4,
Well done,
3,
Max. Love it.
2, 1.
Go on in.
And
Go on,
stop.
Charles.
Few deep breaths. Answers
Woo.
in the chat box. Oh, nice. We're doing good. We're doing good.
98 Max, 95 Scarlett, 112 from Charles, Jake, 110 from Tad HG, 65 Josh, 40 beat my old score, well done, 110 Haley, 55 Mason, 112 Lily, 199 or over from Mikey, good estimation Mikey there, 200 first, 228 second from Daniel.
Nice. Some really good scores there. This next one is the tough one, I think. Toughest one. So this one, Supergirl squat jump. So remember, she can fly. So we're going to squat down and we're going to jump as high as we can each time. So get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. So as high as you can each time. Whoa. Whoa. Nice. Some really good ones there. Well done, Joshua. Yes. Scarlett. Loving it. Oh, it's just a tough one. We're halfway there. Keep going. Keep going. Yes. Charles is there. He's going strong. Oh, yeah, really good. 3, 2, 1. And stop, relax. Put your scores in the chat box. Loving the effort.
58 from Nia, 17 Mason, 234 from Mikey, brilliant Mikey, 43 from Tad HG, excellent work. 50 or over Charles, 60 Max, 120 Izzy. 29 first, 43 second from Double L.
Nice.
Great recognition there between your first and your second round. 50 from Lily, 200 from Haley, 53 from Josh RJ. Ready to move on.
Lovely. Right. Back to the Ironman lunges. Remember, we step forward, just bend down, back up again. Swapping legs each time. So, here we go. Standing ready. Ironman lunges. 3, 2, 1, go. So stepping forward, remember. Oh, nice. Loving it, Chris. Going strong. Yes,
Iron Man's on
there's
the
Iron
screen.
Man again. Tony Stark himself. Who knew Iron Man was a Liverpool fan? Keep going, keep going. Yes.
Well done, Lil. Go on, Charles.
Yes, keep going. Doing good.
Good side.
And stop. Answers in the chat box.
64 from Nia, 157 Mike, 112 Izzy, 37 Tad HG.
Nice.
20 from Mason, 49 from Charles, 9 from Max, 202 from Haley, 60 from Double L. Well done.
Lil still going. Like it.
55,
Yes.
I'm dead again from Kira. I'm not surprised, Kira. You're working really hard there. Well done, you.
And relax now. A few deep breaths, and then we'll get ready to move on. I think we've worked hard there. Well done to those who beat the scores as well. So that was all about a way of keeping motivation is setting yourself targets, setting yourself little aims and goals. So when you achieve them, that's one thing ticked off. You've done it and you feel good and you're ready for the next one. Right, so quickly, why is exercise a good way to stay motivated? So while I have a big few deep breaths here, because I'm struggling, in the chat box, can you type why exercise is a good way to stay motivated?
That's okay, Mason. You deserve a well-earned rest, buddy. Just while you're having a rest, can you maybe think about Jake's question that we've asked you as well? Why is exercise a good way to stay motivated?
Any coming in?
Yeah, from Kira J, it keeps you healthy. From Scarlett, keep fit. Joshua, to burn calories.
Nice, nice.
It gives you goals. From Mikey.
Yes.
Oh, sorry to hear, Mikey, but you gave us a great answer there. Well done, mate. To give yourself goals. Absolutely.
Nice. And I think a good thing as well, when we exercise, it makes us feel good. Yeah, our body releases these things that make us feel a lot better. Yeah, and it helps us stay motivated then. Yeah, feel happier, feel better, feel ready to achieve the goals. And as well as your answers, yeah, it's a really good way of staying motivated. Right, any more answers coming in before we move on?
Yeah, from Double L, Jake. So you can come back with a fresh mind. That is a fantastic answer. I love that. Giving yourself a brain break to come back and look at things in a different way.
Nice, nice. Right. So here's a question to you. So we mentioned exercise. We maybe mentioned setting targets and goals. What else can you do to stay motivated? Put those answers in the chat box. What else? And then I might ask the boys at LFC as well, maybe what they do to stay motivated. So maybe you could learn something from them. So answers in the chat box.
Find something that you enjoy and can keep busy, from Scarlett. Well done, Scarlett. That
Love
could be
that.
a hobby.
Love that.
Plan our day, from Max. Great answer, Max.
Yeah,
Having
really
a plan
good.
is a really positive strategy to use.
Some really good answers here today. Really good. And is there anything you do to stay
Play
motivated?
Football, watching Liverpool beat other team. I love that.
Sorry, Jacob, never heard you then.
So what do you do, Ant, to stay motivated? Maybe during lockdown?
Well, since Christmas, I put a little bit of weight on. So I've set myself a plan that I need to do 10,000 steps a day.
Oh, nice.
Keeping fit. So I'm up
So that's
to
a
3
good-
days a week training now. So keep myself motivated to lose
Nice.
weight.
Yeah, that's a good way. So you're setting targets there. That's good. Steve, do you do anything to stay motivated?
Yeah, I think what we said is with the family, with the kids, we've said they got a treadmill. So we told the lads before, we were doing 6 and 7 miles and trying to do a little bit of jogging, but trying to keep fit. I think it's a general thing when it's the new year, try and keep fit, don't you? But if you can get past the 3rd week, that's a massive thing for anything that you try and do. When people go to the gym after the 3rd week, they sort of drop off. So it could be for any hobby. If you want to get into a routine, it's always good to go past that 3rd week. So don't give up on something so easily.
Yeah, and I'm seeing some good answers on the slide here about, find something you enjoy. Yeah, having a plan, all those things that links back to being when we had a routine. So here's some that I've put that I think is a good way to stay motivated. So if it comes on, eating healthy. Yeah, I think you touched upon it there, Steve, especially after the new year, people like to eat healthy. But I think that's a good way to stay motivated because you feel better about yourself. Being organised is one of them. So you're being organised. We've mentioned if you've got a routine, you know what you're doing, you know what you need to do. Also, trying hard with your schoolwork. Yeah, something. So say if you set yourself targets, something to do with one of your school lessons, it might be one that you think you're not very good at, and your aim is to get a bit better at it. Find something you enjoy. Now, you've mentioned that. Someone mentioned baking. Others, I think, before mentioned something about football. But find something you enjoy. Find a hobby and keep at it, because that's a good way of staying motivated. And like we mentioned, a routine, having a plan for the day is something that will get. So if you've got a plan, right, I've got to do maths first, then English, you stick to that plan and you'll get everything done. Whereas if you don't plan it and you're just like, I don't know what to do next, I've got loads to do, it becomes it stresses you out a little bit and you become a little bit less motivated. Which moves me on to what can have a negative effect on motivation? What can make your motivation drop a bit? So in the chat box, write in what could drop motivation. What could make your motivation drop? What could make you feel less motivated?
Oh,
got
from
anything coming
Charles
in?
Jake. Sorry, Steve. If you start to be lazy.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's something that happened to me in the first lockdown a little bit. Oh, I didn't eat as well. Wasn't going out and walking and stuff as much.
Yeah, we got staying in bed, saying you can't do anything.
So maybe
Give up on
feeling
things you're doing,
upset, yeah. Feeling unwell, definitely.
No cleaning the room because it was getting messy. Yeah, you can get that, can't you? You can just get into a bit of a rut, and you're going, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, the
Not
weather's
having a
no.
routine,
We were getting
yeah.
suntans, weren't we, in the first lockdown?
Yeah, that was all right. And then poor weather. I like that. Yeah. Some good answers here. What do you think will have a negative effect on motivation, Steve?
I think the kids are doing really good answers because it shows it's not just older people, it's not just younger people. Everyone's sort of in the same boat, so we can sort of all agree with most of the stuff that's coming through. But it is just the case of getting up in the morning. It might just be some of these superhero moves that you've been doing here or the other challenges through the week. If you can get up, do them quite early, you'll get that boost of endorphins, boost of stuff. You can still have your junk food every now and again. That's what we're saying. We're not saying don't do anything. Everyone has to have something that they're enjoying and take their mind off stuff. So if you're on social media, you needed to call your mates and stuff, don't you? That's the thing. It's making people be in contact when we're isolated.
Yeah, I think a massive one is not having a routine.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to have a routine. I think I've got to know what I'm doing each time. So then I get stuff done because I get quite forgetful and that can have an effect on motivation. Have we got any more answers coming in before we move on?
Sorry, Steve, over to you, mate.
Arguing with the family, being alone, falling behind, failing, not seeing your friends. We say about the phone and all that, sitting on your phone. Might be a case of if you go on like something like Duolingo, the app, and learn a little language just for 5 minutes a day. Use them 5 minutes. It's another little hobby.
Yeah.
What's negative in lockdown, Jake, is maybe just getting out of bed of a morning.
Yeah.
I think some people struggle with that.
So that might be the hardest thing for some people, just getting out of bed of a morning.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially if it's hard, there's not much to get up for, if that makes sense. If people haven't got anywhere to go, I think that's a really important one.
Motivate themselves at getting out of bed and going on a walk or a jog or a little whatever.
Another thing, Jake, for me would be maybe similar to what Ant's saying, get yourself into a good routine based on exercise, maybe attending a Wednesday workout or big red challenge with the LFC Foundation on a Wednesday and a Friday. So hopefully, like Steve mentioned earlier, starting off being very physically active, you're going to get that feel-good factor later on in the day.
Yeah, it's things like that. Yeah, it's massive. And going back to what you said, Ant, I think the kids will say it's really hard to build motivation. So during this, that's why we're here with the exercise. So if you do want to join all the things we do, it keeps you having a routine. We get you moving. Hopefully, we have fun along the way. Yeah, I'm not sure whether I did during that exercise then. I was struggling, but just giving yourself that routine and something to get up for and something to do in the day. But I
think this is massive for them, Jake. The fact that you're all on it at the same time. This is like our own little mini group, isn't it? So you're all helping and supporting each other. Jake, when do you reckon, Chris, and do you reckon we would have sat in our houses doing 25 star jumps and pretend to be superheroes every morning? Probably some of us might have been still doing that, but it's helping us as well to keep active. So it's really good. It's paid up. They use it all during the day. What?
Massive. Right, so let's move on. So what strategies are you going to use? Now, think about it in a lockdown sense. So when you're at home and you're struggling for motivation, what are you going to do to try and keep that motivation high? Now, this is an important question that you're going to take away from this lesson and you're going to try and do just to make sure you stay motivated. So in the chat box, what are you going to do?
Oh, we've got beat a goal. So they set themselves a little target.
Nice.
Talking to the family, drawing. Nia, doing a little hobby that I like. Charles, being more social to people. Yeah, because sometimes you can feel a little bit withdrawn, can't you? When we're in lockdown. So maybe, yeah, that could be a challenge, trying to sort of a family member or a friend today after this call. Joshua drawing stuff.
Nice.
Oh, trampoline, footy for Scarlett. Playing with siblings from Dan. Izzy, painting and baking, playing with friends. Isn't it good that it's, a lot of them is taught to friends online or talking to your friends or doing art or doing sport or exercise? They're the things that technically, when you take everything away, that's a massive thing for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, massive. These are all really, really good answers as well. And something that you will take away from, I think, definitely, whether it's setting yourself goals or doing a hobby, just do those things. Yeah, doing chores, I'm seeing there as well.
I've got
Very
to leave,
mature
Jacob,
answer.
sorry.
What's that?
I've got to leave.
Yeah,
He's
see
on
you
the next
later,
week.
Ange.
See you
Cheers
later, Ange. He's
later.
going to
Cheers,
next week.
Ange.
Give him a little wave.
Ta-ra. Thank you.
So some really good answers there. Steve, what are you going to use or what are you going to do to make sure you stay motivated? Let's teach these children strategies.
Straight after this, I'm going to do a 5 minute, because you don't have to be on it for an hour. I'm going to do a 5 minute little jog on the spot, and then I'm going to phone my family straight away on a call, just out of the blue. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I might do what Izzy said about Duolingo. I might do 5 minutes of Spanish later on this afternoon. Doesn't have to be hours, it just needs to be 5 minutes a day.
Some really good answers there. And these are the things that you need to use because it's quite tough to stay motivated during lockdown, like we've said. So, clean motivation. Other than us, I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to have a little sleep for my lunchtime after that little workout we did. So, in the chat box, what is motivation? Who can type in the quickest? In the chat box, what is motivation? You tell us. You're going to help us with this.
And
Climbing on a random tree. I like that.
Like I think Jake mentioned earlier, guys, as well, and Steve, you've motivated us to do the exercises today. So maybe think about how you've done that in terms of your answers.
Anything coming in?
Yeah, it's to stay achieving your goals. When you have a reason to do something, being encouraged, but then continuing to do it. Being
Nice.
happy and being encouraged to do something that you love. Inspirational words.
Yeah, I love
dedicated
that.
to achieve your goal. And do something with someone else if you don't want to do it. So that's that big thing about we're all a group trying to help each other out. So it's a case of if there's a friend that you can do online or talk to them saying, I'm going to do 5 minutes of jogging now, should we just do it on whatever you want to do. On social media, you might be able to do that with each other or FaceTime with someone or do a Zoom call with a family or friend and say, right, we'll do a jog for 5 minutes now.
Good. Right, some really good answers. Next question. How can you maintain motivation? What could you do to keep your motivation high, stop it from dropping? In the chat box, who's going to get it in the quickest? Let's see.
Playing with family, helping your parents. I can feel doing a hobby. I can feel them all coming through now. Keep going.
Yeah.
By remembering you'll feel good after it. Yeah, really good, important. Keep on things, being motivated, doing a hobby, do things you like. Scarlett, keep your goal and doing your dreams. Plan ahead. Joshua, do something that you enjoy. Haley,
Nice.
with talking to friends. Yeah, doing the house jobs. Maybe surprise one of your family members and say, you know what, I'm going to tidy up for a few minutes today. You might get brownie points. Be good.
Nice. Next question. What can have a negative effect? Who can get the answers in the quickest? What can have a negative effect on motivation?
Yeah, being antisocial. If you get into trouble, getting told off, failing.
Yeah, that's
not
an
doing
important
anything.
one. Failing, yeah.
Eating rubbish food to make you feel better. Yeah. The weather. Yeah, we'll have that.
Yeah.
Not communicate with your friends or just staying in bed and sleeping, yeah, and not doing any exercise.
Nice, really good. And then we've sort of answered this, but just put them in your head. What strategies will you use to make sure that when your motivation drops, you try and get it right back up again? Yeah. And that's where it's quite, especially during lockdown, that's where it's quite important. Yeah. Anything coming in, Steve?
We've got art just to keep you active, just to keep your mind working, doing things that keep you calm. Deep breathing, training on football. That deep breath that we talked about before, your superhero pose and getting all your breaths in. A bit of yoga from Izzy. FaceTime with friends from Scarlett. Set small goals and then you can beat them and then raise your little bar like that. Joshua said this is really good. Most of the ones have come out already. Beating a goal, bacon, FaceTime from Mikey.
Nice. Some
Jake,
quality.
Do you know one thing? What would be interesting?
Go on.
What would be the one thing you would tell other people to join our sessions? Why are you joining our sessions in the chat box? I think that would be a good one to see. If you could recommend our sessions to somebody else, what would you put in? How would you describe them?
Oh, no pressure.
Because it's fun, we'll have that. This is so we can make sure that we're making everything possible to make it fun sessions for you.
Because they pretend to be superheroes. That'd be one of mine.
It helps you keep you happy. It's good to make you feel better. Gives you confidence and it's really fun. It's fun and boosts confidence. It's boss like it.
I love that one.
It keeps you fit as well. Inspires me. I enjoy them because it keeps you exercising healthy, motivated and connects with people. It's fun, motivational, and we pretend to be superheroes. That should be like a t-shirt for Jake. That.
Yes, love that.
You're not alone, Scarlett. I like that. You're not alone.
Oh, yeah.
Because you love Liverpool. You're keeping fit, having fun and active, and it makes me believe in myself.
Love those answers. That definitely helps us with our motivation. Yeah. Now, our weekly challenge today, session 5, is for motivation. Leave 3 happy notes for someone else to find in your house. Yeah. So it could be to someone in your house, just maybe even something as simple as saying thank you. But also, I'm going to twist that a little bit. If you've got a phone and you want to text a friend, because that's sort of like a note electronically, isn't it? And you want to text someone and leave them a happy note, do that as well. Yeah. So 3 happy notes for people in your house, or you can text someone as well, just to help them stay motivated. So quickly, just before I get Chris to explain what the next session is, I am going to put a link in the chat box. If you could just click it and it'll take you 20 seconds. All it is just questions about this session. Yeah, and it'll take you 20 seconds. I think there's about 4 questions. If you just click on that link, it should take you 10 to 20 seconds. If you do it in 10 seconds, even better. And then once you're done, give us a thumbs up. So then we can pass on to Chris and he can explain what's happening next week. Thursday, I mean, not next week. Or while they're doing it, Chris, do you want to start to explain? Because they'll be finishing up soon.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. So next session, which is going to be 11 o'clock on Thursday.
Oh, yeah, 11. I'm getting confused.
Yeah, cheers. It's going to be based on communication guide. So we're going to talk about how we can use alternate forms of communication, especially during lockdown, like Steve mentioned, maybe FaceTiming, and Jake mentioned electronic notes. We're going to explore different ways we can remain in touch with friends and family. And we're also going to do a lot of fun quizzes based on emojis and particular text you might see within electronic communication messages.
Can I just say that'll be a really important one, I think, especially during this lockdown. I don't know about you, Chris and Steve, but communication is absolutely important. So we hope to see you there on Thursday at 11. And then, usual, our safeguard team is here. If you need us, there's a number. I'll leave it on just for a few seconds. And then finally, thank you for joining us again. I've been absolutely amazing again. I am going to sleep because that exercise really tired me out. Yeah, I'm not as energetic as all you children. So have a wonderful day and we will see you on Thursday.
See you later, people.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
The ones that are on
See ya.
Wednesday workout tomorrow, if you're on it.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.
Take
Bye.
care, everyone.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
See you later.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye, Mikey.
I enjoyed the escape room.
Oh, brilliant. See you later. And I'll just stop
Right,
recording.